I think a lot of the highlights that have come in is that, of course, as Chennai is a city of early risers, you've had most of your big netas and your big stars who all come early in the morning to go ahead and cast their vote. But I think so far also one of the big talking points has been superstar Vijay, or Ilayya Thalapathy Vijay as he's called, coming out to cast his vote. Not choosing to be an early bird per se, he's come later in the day, but look at the kind of crowds and the sheer welcome that he received. He votes usually in ECR, East Coast Road, in Nilangare in Chennai. You saw the kind of massive support. His fans, as always, pulling all stops to catch a glimpse of Vijay. He was literally mobbed as he made his way into the polling booth. And everyone I know has been talking about, and here in the newsroom, there were so many asking me, saying, we didn't see these crowds for Rajni. What's led to these kind of crowds for Vijay? I think it's very important to understand a couple of things. First is, of course, everyone knew where Vijay is going to be voting, what time he's going to be coming. So they had already gathered in large numbers. Second, yes, you can't take away from the fact that he's a massive, massive superstar. And third, we've learned the hard way in several cases that these crowds don't always translate into votes. And that's a very important lesson for Vijay, considering, of course, that he's not just an actor, but also a politician going forward, and perhaps only a politician going forward as well. Not contesting in this election, but in 2026, he's already announced that he is, and his entire fan association, this literal army that he's built across Tamil Nadu, is laying the groundwork for the 2026 assembly election. But so far, there's very little that we know about the Tamiraga Vetri Karagam, the TVK as his political party is called. What is their stand? Is it going to be more of Dravidian style of politics? Does he lean towards a certain side? Is it right or leftist politics? We don't know just yet. The only clarity really we have has come perhaps from the statement that Vijay put out on CAA, which was largely panned because it really had no sort of clarity or no details of exactly why he's opposing CAA, but just that he does. So there was a lot of questions about that, saying that, Vijay is not really clear about his political stance, but I would say it's a little too early to get into those details. And this particular image of him casting his vote has clearly, once again, led to all of that speculation, that curiosity about what Vijay's politics is going to be like. I remember back in 2021 as well, when he cast his vote then, and I remember I was live from the ground. He turned up there in a cycle. So he'd cycled all the way to the polling booth. Again, huge crowds, massive security, all of that. But what grabbed eyeballs was the fact that he was in a cycle that had red and black. So everyone's like, oh, we know which way Vijay is voting, we know who he's supporting, etc. So they deemed it as a message from Vijay. And because of that controversy, he actually had to come out and clarify, saying, no, the cycle or the bike that I'm riding and the colors that it has nothing to do with who I'm voting for. People thought of it as messaging, but it was actually just Vijay going ahead and taking his bike out for a spin to the polling booth. So that's the level really of inspection, right? Of every single step that Vijay takes being read, being micro looked into, being analyzed at every step of the way, because there's so much question and interest on Vijay, and at a time when there is a void in Tamil Nadu politics, which the BJP is trying to fill, of a space of an alternative. And Vijay perhaps could offer that, could be a big crowd puller, vote puller, if he has clarity in exactly what his political strategy or what his political stand is going to be. That's been a big talking point really from polling so far. But overall, if I were to also look at the voter turnout, usually in Tamil Nadu, you'd see somewhere near, I'd say, averaging it out to about 75 to 78% of polling percentage. Hopefully this time we'll see more than that. So far, of course, early in the morning, considering, and many of my reporters have been telling me this, it's terribly hot in Chennai today.